Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for March 2020. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you. This is the love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March 2020. The first card you have, Sagittarius, is the Two of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. King of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. The Devil. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. King of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. The Chariot. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. Two of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. You have Judgment. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. Nine of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. Eight of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for March 2020? The message that you have, Sagittarius, is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles can represent a marriage. This can be commitment in a relationship, stability. This can also represent just marriage and children. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's go ahead and start at the top. And if you would like a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com, and I'll put a link down below. Okay, so let's see what you have here. You have the Two of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Devil. So some of you might be dealing with a water sign. We have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces here, male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising in a water sign. Sometimes the King and the Queen of Cups can represent someone who's in a very emotional place, especially with something like this and something like this on the other side of it. So we have the Two of Pentacles, which has come up in a few of the readings that I've done. I've just started. The Two of Pentacles does represent instability. This can represent a relationship that's off and on, someone who's wishy-washy, someone who keeps changing their mind. They need to make a decision, and there is perhaps, some type of negativity around a relationship or a marriage. We have the Devil, which can represent the sign of Capricorn, but this can be perhaps pessimism over a relationship where, the relationship is off and on. That's the energy of the Two of Pentacles. Instability. Everything's up in the air. So some of you might be kind of looking at a relationship and becoming pessimistic, like this person's never going to commit to me. Ironically, the main energy is the Ten of Pentacles, and this does represent commitment, stability, like I said, marriage and children. So some of you might be, perhaps in an emotional place if you're not dealing with a water sign, kind of, wondering like, what is this relationship like? Where is this going? Where is this leading? And I feel with the Devil, either if you don't feel that you're in an unhealthy relationship, you might be becoming pessimistic over someone like, is this person ever really going to commit to me? Are we ever going to be exclusive? That's what I get from these three cards. Now down here, we have another energy here. We have the King of Pentacles, which represents an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising in an earth sign. We have the Chariot and the Two of Cups. So let me just say this. Some of you, perhaps, you're dealing with perhaps two people that you're emotionally connected to. Because, you do have a soulmate energy here. For some of you, it could be that maybe you have found this with two people. Again, a water sign and an earth sign. That would explain, for some of you, the Two of Pentacles, perhaps juggling two relationships, two people. It can't be you, maybe the person that you love. Maybe you know that this person's involved with someone else. If you are involved with either a water sign or an earth sign where there is someone else involved, I do see victory for you here. We've got the Chariot, which represents you beating the odds, you winning because you've really been persistent and you've refused to give up. You've been very driven and determined. And again, there is a soulmate relationship here. Again, for those of you, maybe if you're single, you could be connecting with either a water sign or an earth sign. But because there are two people here, if one of these is not you, one of them can be either your partner or an ex. It can also be somebody new coming in for you, or some of you could be maybe interested in two people. But if you're interested in more than one person, or maybe you're hoping you're the one who's going to be picked with the Two of Pentacles, I do see victory for you here. And again, you already have a soulmate connection with someone. Or if you're connecting with an earth sign, you definitely have victory as far as a romantic union with this person. Now down here, and I'll hold them up for you if you can't see them, you do have Judgment, which means for the month of March, there can be a new beginning for you. This is a second chance, a relationship that you thought was over and dead, rising from the ashes. But there is a lot of work around this. You have the Eight of Pentacles. There's a need to really rebuild this relationship because there is a lot of fear here. We have the Nine of Wands. This is someone kind of pushing you away, someone who is very fear-based, paranoid, very protective, on guard. It can be you, can also be the person that you're involved with. Again, there is a new beginning for you. For those of you, maybe you want to reconnect with an ex, or you're wondering, if you're going to be able to save a relationship. There is a new beginning here, but just know that there is perhaps, a lot of work to do with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so let's get a few more. Let's see what other messages come up for you. What else does Sagittarius need to hear about their love life for March 2020? You got the Nine of Pentacles. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius? As far as their love life, the Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Wands. So, this is what I was telling you with this energy from the Devil, that some of you might be becoming very pessimistic about a relationship. Maybe someone who is either seeing someone else, or perhaps, you don't have a full commitment from this person, or you don't know if they're going to choose you, or you don't know if they're going to come back. I see that same energy here with the Ten of Wands. This is feeling really tired and burnt out, feeling frustrated, and you feel like just giving up on the whole thing. So just know that you might be dealing with that, again, especially because we have the Ten of Wands and the Devil here. Some of you could be feeling like just throwing in the towel when it comes to a relationship. You might feel like, I don't want to keep waiting for this person. They're never going to decide. They're never going to pick me. Again, Ten of Wands and the Devil. You are being told here to do what's best for you. The Nine of Pentacles, this is about you. Self-worth, self-love, making decisions that you feel good about. So if you feel really crappy about continuing to wait for someone or taking somebody back, then don't do it. But I do see a lot of happiness for you here. You have the Nine of Cups, which represents, wish fulfillment. You're getting exactly what you've been hoping for. You're being immensely happy. And I feel like this is in a situation where you are just frustrated. You just feel like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep doing this to myself. I'm tired of trying, and I just don't want to do it anymore. You're just exhausted from trying. Maybe, in this relationship where there is a lot of negativity, a lot of ups and downs, scattered energy. They don't, kind of give you the clear answer. I feel like, you might feel like giving up, but I feel like something could change with this Nine of Cups and Two of Cups, where things work out in your favor. Let me get a few more from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius as far as their love life for March 2020? Three of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. King of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March. The Tower. What's the most important thing that Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for March 2020? Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is saying that someone needs perhaps time to think. So that's one of the messages that could apply to you. Remember, this is a general reading, so some things will apply and some won't. Perhaps someone needs time to think, to figure things out, because somebody may be juggling a decision here. They keep changing their mind. They keep going back and forth. It could be you or the person you're involved with. And the Four of Swords could also represent that, maybe you need a timeout. Maybe you need a timeout to think, to decide what you want to do as far as a relationship that really has you in a place where you're tired, you're exhausted, you're tired of trying. You're tired maybe of picking up the pieces of a relationship. You do have victory here. We also have your energy here with the King of Wands. This is definitely you as a fire sign. There is, a lot of work and effort. I feel like you have put in a lot of work and effort. We have the Two and the Three of Pentacles right next to each other with your energy. I feel like you have done everything that you can as far as a relationship to make things work. The soulmate relationship we see right here. You feel like this person is a true soulmate. And again, maybe you're tired of trying. But seeing the Tower here, I feel like, there can be a very sudden change because you do have Judgment. It's like, victory as well, the Chariot. There can be, a successful reunion. You could reconcile with the Judgment card. A relationship does not have to end. And it could be that, this comes up very unexpectedly with the Tower. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your ex, March 2020. Shows the energies for Sagittarius and their ex for March. We've got the Eight of Cups, Sagittarius and their ex for March 2020. Six of Wands, Sagittarius and their ex for March. The Eight of Wands, Sagittarius and their ex for March. Ace of Swords, Sagittarius and their ex for March. Page of Swords, Sagittarius and their ex for March. Two of Cups, which you also had. This is a soulmate card. You also had this in the first spread, and here it is again. Sagittarius and their ex for March 2020. The High Priestess. Sagittarius and their ex for March. The Queen of Cups. I think you also had the King of Cups in the first spread. Sagittarius and their ex for March. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, so let's see what we have going on here. You definitely have this like energy of the truth. Because the Ace of Swords represents truth and clarity, and the Page of Swords represents speaking your truth. So there is kind of like this message of like, you might be hearing the truth about your ex. We have the Soulmate card. You might be hearing that someone still loves you. The Page of Swords is communication, but it is communicating the truth. Somebody could be communicating they have changed their mind. And again, because you do have romantic love here, romantic feelings, a soulmate connection. Okay, so let's go ahead and start at the top. You have the Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, Eight of Wands. So, I mean, we do have the goodbye card here. Somebody choosing to move on so they can be happy. This is walking away. So, I feel like this represents, you know, kind of parting of ways between you and your ex. The reason why you broke up. You know, but there is a change here. We also have the Eight of Wands, which represents a very unexpected development. Also, this represents communication coming up for you. So, if you've been wanting to communicate, again, with this person who walked away from you, I definitely see changes, you know, kind of something changing very unexpectedly, communication, and you also have victory. In fact, also for some of you, maybe you've been waiting, you've been wanting to reach out to this ex or wanting to communicate. Maybe you've been wanting to speak your truth with the Page of Swords. You're definitely being told here this would be a good time in the month of March. Like I said, the second row has this energy of like the truth, whatever that means to you. Remember, this is a general reading. The Page of Swords, somebody speaking their truth, someone being completely open and honest. And the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity. I feel like this could be maybe your ex. If you definitely want your ex back and they know it, I mean, the Ace of Swords can definitely represent them changing their mind. Maybe they wanted to move on. Maybe they decided, I don't want to be with you anymore. I think we should, you know, split up. I think we should move on. No, I've changed my mind. That is the Ace of Swords, a change of perspective, a change of mind. Perhaps they're speaking their truth here, like, I don't really want to break up. I want to try again. Because, again, there is romantic love here. There's still that soulmate connection. You know, you're being told here, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition as far as should you give this person a second chance. Should you take them back? Because you did have this energy in the Ten of Wands, like maybe you were really tired, maybe of this relationship. Maybe you were really tired of this person leaving you hanging. I think you started with the Two of Pentacles, which is, you know, instability, somebody being wishy-washy, a lot of ups and downs, a relationship that's off and on. You're being told, trust your intuition. You also have the Queen of Cups, and I know you had, I think it was the King of Cups in the first spread. So this could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising in a water sign, but I also feel like this could be maybe you're in a very emotional place, maybe in a very sensitive place. You know, I definitely see a lot of movement here. You have the Knight of Wands around you and your ex. The Knight of Wands is someone who is refusing to give up. This is someone who is pursuing. So it could be that maybe your ex maybe changes their mind, or they finally have like clarity, like maybe as far as why they really left, and maybe they're changing their mind. This is a change of mind, a change of perspective. They've seen the truth, and then they're speaking their truth. And this is, again, someone who's almost pushy. Like, I'm not going to give up. This is someone who is literally saying, I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep maybe trying to win you back. Again, there's that soulmate connection. Okay, let me get a few more. Let's see what other messages come up for you, Sagittarius. What else does Sagittarius need to hear about their ex for March 2020? We got the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Cups. So, I mean, two fives, the fives usually represent some type of obstacle, challenge, a problem. Definitely some type of obstacle as far as you and your ex being back together. It could be maybe that, maybe you don't know if you want this person back. I mean, you have the Seven of Cups, which represents someone who's highly confused, lost, very emotional, which would explain the Queen of Cups. If you don't have any water in your chart and your ex is not a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, the Seven of Cups is being in a very kind of emotionally confused place. There's a lack of clarity. I mean, I definitely see unhappiness here. I mean, the Five of Pentacles is someone who is suffering. This is someone who is suffering and someone that feels very abandoned. And this can definitely be you. I mean, you know, the Eight of Cups is the first card. Like somebody walked away. And the Five of Pentacles is really feeling that, you know, feeling that absence It could also be your ex, because I mean, I feel like there could be a change of perspective here. Maybe they left and now they're, you know, perhaps regretting their decision. Maybe they're feeling your absence here with the Five of Pentacles. There's a sense here of being conflicted. And I feel for some of you, it could be you, like you're conflicted as far as like, should I even try with this person again? Because again, this is, you know, being conflicted and kind of torn, struggling with a decision. And then there's confusion. This also is a card of decisions and being very kind of lost and confused as far as what should I choose. So yeah, perhaps this person, you know, is kind of feeling your absence, kind of, you know, feeling lonely, but you're conflicted and struggling with, should I give this person a second chance? Because I definitely did see a second chance in the first spread. You had the Judgment card. Here it is, which, I mean, this is a relationship you thought was over, dead, gone, resurfacing again. And maybe you're conflicted as far as like, should I even try with this person again? Okay, let me get a few more from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there, sign of Sagittarius, about their ex for March 2020? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You started the reading in the first spread with this card. What other messages are there for Sagittarius about their ex? Page of Pentacles. What other messages are there for Sagittarius about their ex? The Emperor. I feel like you could be dealing with someone here where some of you, this is a general reading, so I mean, some of this will apply to you and some of this will make sense and some of it won't. I feel like you could be dealing with someone that maybe has just let you down way too many times. Because, I mean, you started the whole reading, the very first spread that I did for you, with the Two of Pentacles. Here it is. I'll put it right here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There is a sense here of, like, instability between you and your ex. There's instability. And you're being told here, look at this very, very carefully. That's what the Page of Pentacles represents. Study this person, because I mean, I feel like this person could pop up for you again, and they could tell you that, you know, I've changed my mind. Yes, I wanted to move on. I've changed my mind. They could really, you know, be speaking their truth. Some of them could really mean it. Others may not. I just see, you know, there's a lot of movement here, like somebody really pursuing you. Again, this person could definitely be feeling your absence, but there's this kind of sense of like back and forth, instability. You know, for those of you where your relationship has been off and on, again, look at this very carefully, and you're being told, stay in control. Like, don't give this person too much power. Make sure that, you know, this is, you know, feeling in control of your life, making the decisions that you want to make. I think you also had the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. You had the Nine of Pentacles in the first spread, saying that you have to make decisions that you feel good about. This is saying stay in control. Because some of you could definitely be hearing the truth. Maybe, you know, they still care. They want to try again. You've got the Soulmate card here. You also had it in the first spread. Again, they could be the ones who are suffering here, feeling your absence. But you might be highly conflicted as far as like, do I really want to try? Do I want them back in my life? There's a sense of confusion here and being kind of very overwhelmed emotionally. I feel like that's why you have the High Priestess telling you, trust your intuition. Let me get you a few more. Let's see what other messages come up. What else does Sagittarius need to hear about their ex for March 2020? The Moon. So the Moon can represent the sign of Pisces, but it's also a very emotional energy, which ties in with the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of emotion here, a lot of confusion, a lot of fear. What else does Sagittarius need to hear about their ex for March? With Ten of Swords, which, I mean, this is a betrayal. It could be that, you know, this person has hurt you over and over, stabbed you in the back. This is a message that, you know, perhaps it's time to move on. So some of you could be deciding, like, I don't know if I want to go there again. You know, the Two of Pentacles, this off and on relationship, this lack of commitment. I mean, the Moon can represent that you're, you know, perhaps some of you could be in denial about this person. Let me get another one. What else does Sagittarius need to hear about their ex for March? You know, the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands can definitely kind of mean that this person has changed. I mean, the Page of Wands this is a very positive card of change, excitement, adventure, good news. So some of you, maybe you've been really hurting. Some of you, this can be you, or you've been really hurting over this person walking away. I mean, with the Moon, looks are deceiving. You might think this person moved on, doesn't care. Maybe they're with someone else. Maybe they are. It could be maybe that relationship is coming to an end. The Moon is just telling you that you don't know everything. You only know half the truth and half the story. And ironically, under the Ten of Swords, you have the truth. It's like someone could be speaking their truth. Like, I haven't really moved on. I'm still thinking of you. The Ten of Swords is someone who has not yet moved on from something painful. Again, you may think your ex moved on and they haven't. The Page of Wands can definitely be communication. So you've got 2 pages now, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. There's a strong energy of communication with your ex. Perhaps telling you, I haven't moved on. I've changed my mind. I've seen the truth of how I really feel. Again, you may not know everything with the moon. You only know half the truth and half the story. And this could be what you're hearing in the month of March. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for March 2020. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.